throwing out details randomly about a situation, you know, that where the Republicans would be so much more protected if a registered Republican, perhaps, who has access to his father's that he purchased completely. Background wise, we know the name of the kid. Okay, the 20-year-old. We know his name now. It's been revealed. Okay. Originally, there was a whole bunch of different names out there. People were just like making up. The New York Post very quickly said it was a Chinese man. I will never forgive nor forget how funny that is. Because it's like kind of unique. At least they didn't go with the was trans narrative, you know what I mean? Which is what they normally do. My favorite account on this platform, Visegrad, the attempted to kill Donald Trump was a Chinese man, according to the New York Post, you know? It's awesome. This is the best and brightest Poland has to offer in terms of news media, so respect. I'm shocked that there wasn't more like, oh, he's an undocumented migrant. He was an undocumented migrant narratives. There were some chatters in here that were like, what if he's ISIS? That was pretty funny. Okay. And then of course, all of the losers that are like, oh my God, it was Sam Hyde. Like, dude, you're such a painful loser. You are exactly the same kind of loser that this was, you know, loner in school. Loner in school type guy who's like making Sam Hyde memes. Like, come on, dude, please. Like, let the meme, please. You are the most 40-year-old balding in your mother's basement ass 4chan loser on the planet. Anyway, it's been a decade, brother. You know, Spain shot another goal. It's 2-1 now. Updates on that. Anyway, yeah, the crust is built on those losers for so many years. All right, so Fox News went with it was a Palestinian man narrative. Sam won't because you keep crying about it. Yeah, no, I'm the one who's responsible for this. You're right, and not like the most extremely online losers. Thank you for that insightful analysis. I'm keeping that alive. You're right. Goal is being scored. Goal is being called back. What do you mean? Anyway, so let's oh, it was offside. Okay, whatever. Let's get back to the issue at hand. Does anyone have a good does anyone have a good article on the details on the
security plan for more than a year and have been in constant coordination with our partners and the Republican National Committee. During our extensive planning efforts, we have accounted for various security
Secret Service is live talking,
and we are confident in the plan we have implemented for the Republican National Convention this week. That security plan will remain in place. While we cannot discuss the specifics, means, and methods used for our protective operations, our protective methodology for NSSEs is based on a layered approach that includes support from federal, state, and local law enforcement and public safety partners. We will continue to assess the security environment and adapt our security measures as appropriate. The Secret Service is working diligently with the Milwaukee Police Department, as well as all of our federal, state, and local partners to ensure a safe and secure convention for attendees, volunteers, and the City of Milwaukee. I'll now introduce the Mayor of the City of Milwaukee, Mayor Cavalier Johnson.
Thank you. Several months ago, folks in this room...
Bro, the Secret Service is so defunded, they can't even get good mics, dude. The mic is not even being picked up.
Republicans and Democrats with one goal in mind, to make sure we have a safe convention for everybody. These national special security events, especially as they relate to the Republican National Convention and the Democratic National Convention, have been stuck at $50 million since 2004. Obviously, things cost a little more than what they did in 2004. So the
oh my God.
Members of both sides of the aisle, we
audio?
were able to get a $25 million increase to our security grant. I say all that to say that we take this matter very, very seriously. We take public safety very, very seriously. And I've been so pleased.
Dude, that's okay.
Public safety on the ground here, as was mentioned.
Is this a joke? Are you kidding me?
This is an NSSE, a National Special Security Event. It is the highest designation that you can get for a security.
Bro, it's in 1P. Dude, they're filming in 1P. Oh my God.
We have that designation and we'll continue to work to make sure that public safety is tantamount here in this community. With that in mind, I'll take the opportunity to pass it over to the Chief of the Milwaukee Police Department, Chief Jeffrey Norman.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson.
They're talking about the RNC specifically, not the. But hold on, I got to pee. I'll be back in a second.
18 months these plans have been put into place in regards to what we're going to have for this event. This is a collaboration between federal, state, local, but beyond just from a law enforcement community, this is a collaboration between our elected leaders from both local, state, and also national. But also we have engaged community. We have workings with our community members in regards to ensuring the safety of this event. While we cannot talk about the operational plans, I can say from the CEO of the Milwaukee Police Department, this local police department here, I'm very comfortable in regards to the plans that we have made together. Not in silos, not where we're just kind of going over peruse, actual planning together. As you can see in regards to my fire side, also from the county side in regards to the type of collaboration. The collaboration is real. As the mayor said, this is a national special security event. Can't get any higher than that in regards to that particular type of designation. And so I just want to reassure not only our community, the greater community, those involved at the convention, but also in our city. We got this. We got this. Thank you.
All right, with that, we're going to move into a brief Q&A. Please just place a hand up. We'll call on you. Please wait your turn. One question, one follow-up, naming your name and outlet beforehand. And we'll get through as many as we can before we have to head out here, okay? So we're going to start right here, down the left, black t-shirt.
Shimon Roquez from CNN, Secret Service. I don't understand why it is that you had one of the most significant events in the Secret Service's history occurred yesterday, and no one from the Secret Service has publicly decided to take questions about what happened. You had the FBI today openly giving us an on-the-record briefing about their investigation, but yet we still have not heard from anyone from the Secret Service about what happened, about what the agency knew, about the lead up into the event concerning security. And I just don't understand how anyone would think that that's okay.
So my role in the Secret Service is the RNC coordinator, so that is my purview. Any questions regarding yesterday's event can be directed to our public affairs office out of DC.
Right, I understand that this is the first time
They're so bad.
Anyone from the Secret Service has publicly spoken to.
They're so bad at their jobs.
Have you changed your security posture at all here? And if so, how? Is it a small percent change? Is it looking at over everything once again? And then the follow-up question would be, just in terms of resources, I know you mentioned 18 months going into this. Do you feel like you had all the resources you needed to get to this point today, or do you feel like the work was?
So as Mayor Johnson and Chief mentioned, this is a national special security event. That designation is the highest level of security designation that the federal government can determine. So we are confident in the security plans that are in place for this event, and we're ready to go. It's been an 18-month process. We've worked together over that 18 months to develop operational security plans for any and all aspects of security related to this event.
But did it change within the last, has any change been made in the last 24 months?
We're not anticipating any changes to our operational security plans for this event.
Right here in the front in the orange dress.
Mayor Speaker said with the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers told
Spain
us
won.
A little bit ago that he is calling for the Secret Service to ban
Bummer.
firearms, guns in soft perimeter, not just in my certain form. Is that something that the
He's not coming
Secret
home.
Service is doing?
I have not had any conversations regarding that, so I can't speak to that.
He said that he requested the Secret Service. Do you know if that request was actually made at this point?
I have not had any conversations regarding that, so I can't speak to that.
Right up here in the front, tie suit.
Is the Secret Service currently anticipating or currently planning to expand the perimeter?
We're not anticipating any changes to our current security footprint or plan.
Including allowing firearms into the soft perimeter as it is right now?
Anything in the soft perimeter is outside of our federal jurisdiction.
But why should former President Trump, his family, and the convention goers have confidence in the U.S. Secret Service to secure this site here over the next 4 days after his life was nearly taken yesterday?
So this event has been designated as a national special security event, which is the highest level of security for an event that can be designated by the government. So this is a whole of government approach. We've had an extensive...
One of the judges said they're called Secret Service because they keep their mouth shut. Yeah, they're keeping their secrets, okay?
security plans for any and all aspects of security related to this event.
Have you had the resources
yes, we are fully prepared and have a comprehensive security plan in place, and we're ready to go.
Right over here in the front, black shirt.
Why are you not expanding the perimeter?
So we're confident in the current plan that we have. It is based off of technical assessments, protective intelligence, and we are continuously monitoring information related to the event. So,
dude, they should just let everybody have at the RNC. I don't understand. I thought more equals more freedom equals more protection. Like, what's up with that? Am I wrong? Like, why won't they just let everybody have like all the good guys? Because like Republicans, automatic good guy, right? Like if someone is a Republican, that means they're automatically a good guy, and most likely they would be the good guy in that scenario. So I think like the greatest way to ensure that the RNC is completely protected is letting everybody inside, not outside, because I don't want to do that to Milwaukee. Like, I feel bad, you know? I think that they should just let registered Republican good guys with that they purchased legally, or maybe their father purchased it legally, and that they're registered Republican good guys let them into the RNC. Give them a ladder. I don't understand. It seems like that would be, I'm just throwing out details randomly about a situation, you know, that where the Republicans would be so much more protected if a registered Republican, perhaps, who has access to his father's that he purchased completely legally, would go and take that to the RNC, because that would mean that the situation is under control, that the situation is so much more free and so much more protected. It almost feels like there is this hypocrisy within the Republican narrative that like more equals more freedom. Only in schools, I guess, does more equal more freedom. Only in like, you know, malls, college campuses, people like places where a lot of people go to. When there's a president around, when there's an RNC happening, when there's a NRA convention happening, which always strikes me as odd. Don't you think that's so strange? Anyway, let's get to who is Thomas Matthew Crooks, the suspected Trump rally. This is from Reuters. Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Federal law enforcement authorities scrutinized the background of Thomas Matthew Crooks on Sunday in a search for what drove the 20-year-old to open fire on former U.S. President Donald Trump at a campaign rally in Western Pennsylvania. Okay. Crooks, identified by the FBI as the suspected in the assassination attempt, was shot and killed by Secret Service seconds after he allegedly fired shots at the stage where Trump was speaking on Saturday in Butler, Pennsylvania. I'm not giving up on this. I still suspect him to be a Chinese man. Okay. In my mind and in my heart, this is still a Chinese man. Okay. You will not. I am confident that we will figure this out eventually. One rally attendee, a 50-year-old man identified as Corey Comparatore, and two other spectators were critically injured. Trump was shot in the right ear. Now, that part is also questioned. We don't know if it was actually a piece of glass shard from the teleprompter that hit him in the ear, or if he actually did get shot in the ear. We don't know that either. But, you know, it seems like Trump himself said he got shot in the ear, so we're going with that. Okay, but let's keep going. A resident of Bethel Park, about an hour away from where this occurred, Crooks was a registered Republican who would have been eligible to cast his first presidential vote in November 5th election, in which Trump is challenging President Joe Biden. Now, all I'm going to say is this. It seems like he won't be able to cast that vote. This would be the funniest story on the planet if he was like a Nikki Haley voter. I said Discord, but I'm like, I will write Nikki Haley's name if it comes out that he was a scorned Nikki Haley stan. Okay. Public records show his father is a registered Republican and the mother is a registered Democrat. Federal Election Commission filings show Crooks appears to have made a small $15 donation several years ago to a political action committee called Act Blue that raises money for left-leaning and Democratic politicians. Act Blue is the processor. So Act Blue doesn't mean anything. Act Blue simply means it is a processor for Democratic Party donations. The real interesting part about this is that the donation was earmarked for the Progressive Turnout Project, a national group that rallies Democrats to vote. Now, since this article came out, there was new information. I think that this wasn't him. And the Progressive Turnout Project itself is like one of those scam organizations regardless. It could have coming from you, lol. What do you mean? He went from donating $15. He went from donating $15 as reported in the media to like becoming a registered Republican afterwards. People are claiming that this is a different Thomas Crooks from Pennsylvania. The 20-year-old shooter is Thomas M. Crooks, Republican from Bethel Park, and Thomas Crooks from Pittsburgh is a 69-year-old Democrat that donated to Act Blue in 2021. The shooter never donated to Act Blue. He's MAGA. I don't know if that's the case. Okay. I don't know if this is the actual, I don't know if that's the case or not. I'm pretty sure it's still, I think that they would have changed this article if that was not the person. It's reported that Trump's attempted assassination, Thomas Matthew Crooks, made a $15 donation to Progressive Turnout PAC on January 20th, 2021. I reported on this PAC and his mothership before. It's one of those scammy firms that blast people's inboxes relentlessly. Shit like, we need to know if voters support this. This data will provide to be crucial. Donald Trump conducted countless crimes while in office, but Republicans are calling for Biden to pardon him. Should President Joe Biden pardon Donald Trump? So it could still be him that donated. Liberal dork, this guy says. You got me. I am not a liberal, by the way. TMZ found his manifesto. What? Not TMZ, but his manifesto, according... The FBI apparently found his manifesto, not TMZ. But there's no information on that yet. This is false. Thomas Crooks made the donation with the same address that is listed in his voter's registration. It is confirmed. Pittsburgh addresses are weird. Many addresses here don't actually list the municipality you live in, but the zip codes match up. So there's a little bit of back and forth on this, but I rely on mainstream reporting on this, even though mainstream reporting can get it wrong too. But it does seem like it was him who made the donation, which doesn't really matter. Because it doesn't really matter whether he made the donation or not, because the reality is, like, I have donations made to Kirsten's, not to Kirsten Cinema, fuck, who was it? Like, I have $1 donations made to, what's her face? Gillibrand, Kirsten Gillibrand. I'm not exactly a Kirsten Gillibrand head, as you guys know. So I don't even remember if I made that donation or if someone else made a fake donation under my name. I can't remember. I could have made it as a meme. But ultimately, you know, people lose bets and make donations and shit like that. This is not copium. This explains why someone would themselves make a donation like that. Because he made the donation on January 21st, 2021. So it's like a weird time to donate to a progressive PAC. As a conservative teen who had started leaning more left because of girlfriends I had, he might have been trying to impress some girl. I mean, there's a million different reasons as to why that donation could have happened. But like, the dude literally is a registered Republican. You know what I mean? He could have made that donation, radicalized, became increasingly more radicalized over time. There's a million different reasons why that could have been the case. Okay. But ultimately, as far as we know about him, as far as what we know about him, he was a registered Republican. So Crooks's parents could not immediately be reached for comment by Reuters. His father, Matthew Crooks, his father's name is also Matthew Crooks, 53, told CNN that he was trying to figure out what happened and would wait until he talked to law enforcement before speaking out about his son. Secret Service agents fatally suspect, the agency said, after he opened fire from the roof of a building about 150 yards, 140 meters, from the stage where Trump was addressing his supporters. An AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle was used in the shooting, was recovered near his body. The firearm was legally purchased by the suspect's father, ABC and the Wall Street Journal reported, citing sources. Bomb-making materials were found in the suspect's car. U.S. media outlets reported, citing sources. Super smart. Let's get to his background. That's how, like I said, that's how you know he's white. You know what I mean? Like, out here being like, he was super smart, quiet kid, very nice. It's like, bro, he tried to assassinate the former president. Okay, you know, that's how you know this was white. He also donated to you. To be fair, he might have been a hater who wanted to avoid the top of the hour ad break. You know what I mean? He might have been trying to avoid the 3-minute ads so he could be a better hater. He might have gotten gifted a sub by someone. Okay, that's a joke, by the way. This shooter, as far as we know, has no connection to me. But, you know, that was a joke. I'm just trying to debate you at the top of the hour. He was not a HasanAbi head. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, dude. I forget that there are so many normies in here right now and they don't know the terrible Joker clip now. Yeah, I know. Anyway, at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or free with a Twitch Prime. You can also get gifted a sub. You have literal newspapers and normies watching you. Tread carefully, man. I know. JW Shields, thank you for the 10 community give the subs. Allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. Okay. In the family's hometown, one of Thomas Crooks' former classmates at Bethel Park High School said the suspect did not show any particular interest in politics. Rather, his interest centered on building computers and playing games. A 20-year-old classmate who asked not to be identified said in an interview, Crooks often kept to himself, the classmate said, and politics never came up. JW Shields, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Their conversations revolved around the school, the classmate said. He was super smart. That's what really kind of threw me off. This was like a really, really smart kid. Like he excelled, the classmate said. Nothing crazy ever came up in any conversation. The classmate added that he had not seen or heard from Crooks since the suspect graduated in 2022. While in school, Crooks received a $500 Star Award from the National Math and Science Initiative. Oh my God, he was a stem cell. According to the Pittsburgh Tribune Review newspaper. Bethel Park School District is cooperating with the law enforcement investigation, local media reported. As law enforcement dug into his background, the streets around Crooks' home were blocked off by heavy police presence on Sunday. Residents who live nearby described feeling shocked and unsettled that an assassination attempt has been linked to a person from the sedate city of 33,000 people. Bethel Park is a pretty blue-collar type of area, and to think that somebody was that close is a little insane, said Wes Morgan, a 42-year-old who works at an investment management company and bikes with his children around the same streets as Crooks' residence. A couple standing on the porch of their nearby brick ranch-style home was left processing the events in a spotlight on the neighborhood. There was never been a gun issue. There's never been a police being called, Mary Prisalak, 67, said, alongside her husband. White. You kind of have to wonder, what didn't he get in life? What led to this extreme? Bruce Pindle, owner of Allegheny Arms and Guns Work in Bethel Park, said that after learning about the shooting, he checked his records. We did not sell any firearms to the shooter. We did not sell any firearms that was used in the shooting to the family. When asked whether he had sold any firearms to Crooks' family members, he declined to provide a direct answer. That's between me and God. Wait, what? What is going on in America? That's between me and God? Bro, you might as well have said you gave them the weapon. You've sold them arms. Okay? That's a what the that's like when that Republican congressperson was asked about it, like, or that Republican fan was asked about like slavery and whether he thought it was bad. And he was like, I will not be answering this question. It's like, bro, at that point, you're like, you might as well said you love slavery. You know what I mean? Everyone got that message. Like, you kind of answered the question there, didn't you? You have to understand, in Western Pennsylvania, we have a rich tradition of hunting and fishing and outdoor stuff, Pendle said. When asked about the number of gun shops in the region, within 10 miles, there are a ton of clubs. While Reuters could not immediately identify social media accounts or other online postings by Crooks, Discord said on Sunday that he had an account on the instant messaging platform. We have identified an account that appears to have been linked to the suspect, and we have found no evidence that it was used to plan this incident or discuss his political views, Discord said in a statement. We got people on it combing through his account as well. But I don't know if there's anything that comes out from that. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, did not immediately respond to the question of whether he had accounts and whether the platforms had even removed any accounts related to the suspect. So that's what we know. There's some additional stuff, but it seems like he was the kid when he was a kid. He was the person who made the person that made the donation. Alex, our Western PA correspondent, is saying, everyone's saying, what kind of high school has a rifle club? See, this is why we need more Western PA representation in media. Seems like there's a lot of fucking high school gun clubs in Western Pennsylvania. Eric Toller also responding. If you search the filing on FEC.gov, the address for this Thomas Crooks is the Bethel Park's address, zip code he lived in. For some reason, it's incorrectly listed as Pittsburgh in the filing. His address doesn't exist in Pittsburgh. So yeah, no, he's the one who made the fucking dono. But he's also still the one who was a registered Republican, it seems, which is pretty fucking crazy. This actually makes the situation a little bit weirder. Also, on top of everything else, the fact that he was not only just a registered Republican, but also wearing the merch of a gun tuber in the process of doing the shooting makes it, again, all the more weird. Oh my God, every chatter in the USA confirming they have a gun club nearby. No shit. I didn't know this. I didn't go to high school here, to be fair. This is from 20 minutes ago. I mean, there isn't like much additional stuff. They just, this was Jason Kohler, who said he attended the same high school but did not share any class with Crooks, said Crooks was bullied at school and sat alone at lunchtime. Other students mocked him for the way he dressed, such as hunting outfits, Kohler said. He was bullied almost every day, Kohler told reporters. He was just an outcast. And you know how kids are nowadays. Bro, you're a kid. You're the same age as him. What the fuck do you mean? You know how kids are nowadays. Anyway, Crooks worked at a nursing home as a dietary aide, a job that generally involves food preparation. Marcy Grimm, the administrator of Bethel Park Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation, said in a statement that she was shocked and saddened to learn of his involvement. Grimm added that Crooks had a clean background check when he was hired. Crooks' political leanings were not immediately clear. Records show Crooks was registered as a Republican voter in Pennsylvania, but federal campaign finance reports also show he gave $15 to Progressive Political Action Committee on January 20th, 2021, the day President Biden was sworn into office. Butler County District Attorney Richard Goldinger told AP on Sunday that Crooks had been previously unknown to investigators in his county and had not been on their radar. Like, it could be a fucking bet that you lost or some shit, or he could have been a fucking progressive or something, and then turned around and became a registered Republican in the course of like 8 months. People radicalize over the course of 8 months in much more significant ways. So, you know, ultimately his last political affiliations is still a registered Republican. It's a much more significant, that's a much more significant thing than like donating during inauguration. Yeah. Being 17 at the time. So, here is a video of Kohler talking about Crooks being bullied.
Wait, can you explain? Like,
He was bullied almost every day.
in what way can you explain?
I mean, he would sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know.
Bro, in Western PA, do they bully kids for wearing camo? Like hunting camo? Because like that's kind of weird. I didn't even know. Like I that's like kind of odd. I suspect that everyone, like, if you ask me, I would have expected everyone to be wearing that shit in Western PA.
You know how kids are nowadays, so they're gonna see someone like that and they're gonna target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. Like, I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
Yeah. You said he was a loner?
Yeah. I want to say he was a loner more because he was quiet, but like he was just bullied. Like he was bullied so much. So much.
So one of the judges said, this dude definitely bullied him. Chill, dude.
This was high school.
Yeah.
What did they, do you remember at all what they said to him or called him?
No. He was just made fun of, I guess, for the way he dressed or his appearance.
How did he dress?
Like they were just saying jeans. He'd wear hunting outfits sometimes. He would always wear a mask, even after COVID. He wore a mask, like a COVID
Oh, liberal. That's how you know.
mask, like even after COVID was over and all that. Yeah, like a.
It's got to be real tree. You come with that mossy oak shit, they'll get you. Bullying quiet loners was always so weird to me. Bullying loud bullies who have it coming was way more fun. So, good for hiding acne. I mean, that could be the reason. He had like some stuff on his lips. Could be to fucking hide that. Who knows? Ultimately though, he could have also potentially been like registered as a Republican to maybe vote in the primaries, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Like some crazy shit like that. Like he voted in the midterms. Like he didn't vote in this year's primaries. People do that in Oklahoma since Dems don't have a chance here. His Insta has some interesting info on the profile. His Instagram is not confirmed. So I don't know what you dug up and what you found. Bro, he's 20. I don't think he would know that. I mean, bro, he's 20 and he fucking shot the president. So who knows? You know, this is not like a normal guy. What do you mean? Like all I'm saying is like, I'm not ruling out anything. I'm not ruling out him being like right wing. I'm not ruling out him being like the most extreme liberal you've ever met in your life. That is like a diehard liberal, so much so that he like registered as a Republican to vote in the closed primaries. You know what I mean? Like absolutely nothing we are learning about the shooter or his family is surprising or weird. Alleged Trump shooter's father is a registered libertarian. I mean, that makes sense. Like, that's normal. This is probably just an elaborate suicide by cop. Nah, I don't think so. I mean, we have nothing to work with on that front. But I don't think that that is like the way you would do that. There's so many easier ways of doing suicide by a cop, dude. Are you kidding me? Most of the time, these guys will just go and shoot up a fucking school. Something more unique about this is his age. He falls right into the perfect age to not really have much of an internet footprint because he didn't post a lot, didn't have a Facebook, barely used what he did have, and was a loner. Yeah, liberal families don't have guns in the house. That's not true. We're talking about fucking a small Western Pennsylvania town. Liberal families will absolutely have guns in the house. American gun culture far transcends political leanings, political ideologies. So, yeah, they hunt a lot. So that's not shocking. It is shocking that he doesn't have like a massive digital footprint that people have been able to find, including MHUD and like, you know, journalists that are obviously making the rounds right now, scouring the internet. Like the only thing that we were able to find on this guy is his Discord. He has a Discord. Like I'm looking at it right now, and you know, I have the ID number, I have the username, and that's it. And even his Discord is not like a very he was a member since August 30th on Discord. He had a Discord account, at least the one that we know he had, since August 30th, 2023. And that's it. And even his Discord is like pretty, even his Discord is like, was he in your Discord? No, dude. It makes sense. Honestly, my siblings the same age as him, don't post a lot if they're not trying to be content creators or have locked accounts where they just let friends follow and barely use. Yeah. There's also obviously like right-wing nutters losing their minds a little bit over this. So in very expected ways. How do you know it's his? Because I got it from a journalist I trust. So that's why. Like, because I got it from a New York Times journalist, chatter. Like, what do you mean? It's not like I got it randomly from a fucking subreddit or some shit. No, I sent it to MHUD. But the reason why I trust the information is because of who I got it from. Anyway, so you didn't finish what kind of Discord profile he had? He has just like a regular gray name Discord profile, as in he has like pretty, his name is just Thomas, no avatar, nothing, like no profile picture, nothing. So I think that like makes it weird. We don't know what servers he's in, unless Discord voluntarily gives that information up to journalists, which I doubt that they'll do. They'll probably give that journalist to law enforcement, but I don't think that he will. I don't think they'll give that information up to what do you call it? Where the fuck is I can't see from this if he has nitro or not. Discord stated that he never mentioned politics. I guarantee you this guy's a burner. Andy, I went to school with this type, 17 alt accounts and emails meticulously scrubbed so no one finds out that one person is running him. I mean, that could be the case, but it's just like, even that is still traceable. I read, I don't know the veracity of this, but FBI says it found, the Spectator Index says, FBI says it, oh, it is not found a manifesto. I thought the FBI had found a manifesto. My bad, I misread that. The FBI has not found a manifesto. But it does seem like his actual Instagram was ruined. I'm from Pittsburgh and have friends in Bethel Park who were followed by him on Instagram, which has been taken down yesterday night after a statement allegedly from his mom was made on his story. Wait, really? So in terms of like the Republicans not being all right, liberals not being all right either. Yeah. It said he was just a kid who played games and liked to build computers, won a small science and math competition too. Also read somewhere that he's registered as a Republican. Yeah, I saw that as well. Anyway, this guy goes, the rabbit hole goes deeper. The shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, was featured in a 2023 BlackRock ad. The BlackRock ad was filmed at Bethel Park High School, which Crooks attended. Crooks can be seen at the 19-second mark. My thoughts. This to me stinks of MK Ultra. But what's odd to me is that someone would even come across this so fast. Like, how do you cross-reference the name of the school in BlackRock? What do you think? And it's like, yeah, dude, it's a fucking normal-ass BlackRock ad. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do.
Like, this is literally a BlackRock pension ad, dude. This is just what BlackRock does. Like, they don't do hits. You're fucking ridiculous. Here he is, by the way, in the classroom. This is him. Motherfucker's got the craziest case of Habsburg job, by the way. Holy shit. Yeah, he's in an AP honors. He's in some fucking fiscal policy government class. Am I stupid? I don't understand the conspiracy here. What? It's not even the right guy. The real guy tweeted. What are you talking about? Anyway, people saw this and immediately went with, they're talking about that fucking Groiper. I'm going to lose my mind. No, this is the kid, okay? This is actually the kid, not that fucking random Groiper. Please. That's a chatter who still believes the 4chan Groiper Twitter post. Please stop, okay? There's another piece of information here. New suspected Trump shooter was once rejected from high school rifle club. 2 former team members tell ABC he was asked not to come back because of how bad of a shot he was. It was considered like dangerous, said one of the team members. Why are we not talking about the person who killed him instead of or Trump? Person he killed instead of him or Trump? Wait, what do you mean? Why are we not talking about the possible motives and the background information of a dude who tried to do a fucking political assassination of a former president? Yeah, the reason why people are not talking about the person who died is because he was just like a firefighter dude who was a massive MAGA Trump supporter who accidentally got killed in the process for standing behind Donald Trump. Like, I don't understand. And yeah, I looked up his, like, people looked up his profile. His last tweet was the cat turd saying that he was going to the Trump rally. I had to stop watching for a bit on my own mental, but thanks again for being an outlet for these events. We found the guy that thinks he was actually targeting someone else behind Trump. Yeah. Like, anyway, but yeah, the BlackRock guy is just fucking insane, or thinking that this has anything to do with completely insane. But yeah, this is Thomas Crooks. This is the shooter. I don't know why he posted his fucking ear in the footage. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But hey, could you please explain what you mean by fake posts on Twitter by Groipers? Dumb Nazi 4chan losers that spend all their time on internet forums love taking advantage of chaotic situations like this to disseminate misinformation. Misinformation that gets picked up by opportunists that don't cross-reference that information, like Don Lemon. They end up posting random people. One of the common ones is a former Adult Swim comedian who is a Nazi and a pedophile by the name of Sam Hyde. His fan base are extremely online, extremely neurodivergent, and regularly go, oh, the shooter was Sam Hyde, or different variants of his name. Okay? This time it was some other guy that kind of looks like the shooter that they were posting about. And Don Lemon and many other people that want desperately to be the first to market with this information went out with false information, posting the photo of some random fucking dude. That random fucking dude came out and was like, yeah, I am that person. And yeah, I hate Donald Trump. And you got the wrong guy. This caused a lot of boomers to fucking lose their minds over it because they just don't know how, I guess, unimaginably online some people are and what they like to do for fun. I hope that was enough for you guys to understand. I personally did not lean into those weird conspiracies and tried to explain to people that those were just silly people just trying to have a laugh, just memeing, okay? So the Groiper posted a picture of himself with a bunch of Nazi shit on the poster behind him, so people would post the poster with Nazi shit. Yeah. In many instances, they do stuff like that specifically so they can, you know, get like a little bit of, get people talking about them. So, anyway, classic moment. Oh, so that's all we have for the time being about that's all we have on the shooter thus far. More information will come. Obviously, Talia Jane had an interesting take on this, but while things are unclear, I will offer some wild speculation by noting that Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes both recently accused Trump of being controlled by Jewish billionaires and a sellout to the establishment. Those accusations stem from Trump denying involvement in Project 2025, calling some of his proposed plans abysmal, and offering a policy platform to the RNC that softens Republican attacks on abortion. Not like that means anything, but it made the Christo-fascists super mad. The reaction, or what I saw early on, was people deciding Trump was just some establishment shill, nothing inciting. But if someone with a very bad brain got really juiced up on it, that's a potential pathway into rationalizing violence. Curious to see what, if anything, shakes out. I mean, that's one alternative theory on what could be the case. But we, again, still don't know. The only things that tie this shooter to potential right-wing leaning and association, and this is like a bit of a reach from Talia, that she recognizes as well, but the only thing that ties this person to right-wing leanings and associations is wearing a GunTubers merch. A GunTuber that isn't like overtly political, by the way, in comparison to the likes of Brandon Herrera, who literally ran for Republican office, but is still aligned with those guys. For the record, Demolition Ranch is aligned with those guys, and is like friends with those guys. And, you know, as most GunTubers are, obviously still right-wing, but not as overtly right-wing as other GunTubers are, I guess. He dressed up in Vermont gear last week. Yeah, guys, I know you keep posting that, but I'm pretty sure that was for like literally not even their own personal shoot. I think that was for like a Corridor Digital video. So